childhood. So what made you like feel like, okay, I think I want to rap?
So again, just follow my big brother. Follow my big brother. My big brother, he used to lie to me. He used to lie to me. It's crazy how I found out this nigga lying the whole time. You know what I'm saying? But again, it planted a seed in my imagination, man. My big brother was so into hip hop down, head to toe, man, and he was just copying the culture. He was mimicking the culture, you know what I'm saying? He was expressing himself just like the culture. And that's what I seen, and that's what I was starting to consume, and that's what, again, young black boys, we just, our environment, that's all I heard. When we used to cut on the radio, I heard all them 90s jams, bro. And I used to be so, it was just something that sparked inside of me, like, can I do this? but here's the real deal. So my big brother wanted to be a rapper, you know what I'm saying? And he used to just come home and he used to be freestyle, and he had notebooks and notebooks and notebooks of just real, like, handwritten raps, you know what I'm saying? Endless notebooks, endless. And I ain't never see. But he came home one time with this cassette. He played the cassette for me. Tank, listen to this. He played the cassette for me. And his big cousin on his daddy's side was already cracking in the streets. S.O. Dub, Soldiers of War, something like that. In the early 2000s, not even the 90s. So his big cousins was cracking. They was already had some motion, making music, and on the verge about to do something, you know what I'm saying? And he was inspired by them, you know what I'm saying? So my big brother was the little cousins, you know what I'm saying? So his big cousins called himself trying to produce his little cousins. And my big brother had a little rap group. I think they was called Young Guns with Clips. And he brought it home a cassette, played the cassette. And the cassette, we are young gun, nigga, running the block. It's never gonna stop. And bust nigga running the side. We are young gun. And I was like, hey, this kind of okay. I can remember, you know what I'm saying? And then he used to try to convince me to do it. You can do it, bro. Come on, do this. Jump on this song when we do it. And this back when you had to record into a radio with the tape recording over it, like hoping it pick up audio. So it was weird, but we was really trying to do that. And I had to be 8 years old, bro. You know what I'm saying? And my brother was trying to make me rap. And I just thought that it was something I could probably do. And plus, I was in love with literature and creative writing. So in school had me like, I was like, they started testing me for gifting classes and stuff like that. So they was hyping me up academically, you know what I'm saying?
I was doing hype,
man. We was doing creative, right? You know, just little stuff like that. Yeah. And I started to find all that stuff kind of just like this kind of might be my bag. Yeah. And yeah, man, I got really into just start trying to rap and put poems together. Yeah.
So your brother was telling you like you need to do it.
For sure.
Okay.
For sure. Early. For sure.
Did he hear something first, or
nah, man? This is what he wanted to do, and he was like, "Do this with me." Okay. But it gets deeper though, bro. So my brother was it really just off into his own world, right? And it's teenager stuff. You start getting into trouble, teenager stuff. Later on in his teens, my brother ended up going to prison. Went to prison for 10 years, right? But early into his bid, so I'm like 12 now. You know what I'm saying? My brother go to prison when I was 12. But he calling me from the joint. And he like, bro, you still rocking? You trying to do it? And I'm like, man. But early back in the day when my brother was still trying to do it, there wasn't no YouTube beats. There wasn't no beats. This was back in the day. You know how hard it was to find production? You couldn't stumble on no beat. Wasn't no beats just laying around. And, you know what I'm saying? So I had it in my mind. I said, I'm gonna try to produce for my brother, or at least try to figure out how we can get some beats. Yeah. So when my brother was calling me from the joint when I was like 12, 13 years old, I'm like, man, I think I'm just gonna make beats, bro.
Yeah.
And then he literally said, bro, you tripping. Do both. You can do both. Rap, keep rapping, and keep making beats.
Yeah.
And those words rang off in my mind louder and longer than anything else. And then I'm gonna tell you one more thing. We used to listen to Soft Rock 102.5 KEZK, right, on the radio as a kids, right? And it used to be Delilah, the radio show, but it was soft rock. You know what I'm saying? It was soft rock. And my daddy used to play that so much for us, just on our way home from like events and school and so that I fell in love with just beautiful songs and songwriting and song structure and just like melodies and, you know what I'm saying, thinking outside the box, you know what I'm saying? Rap, R&B, like pop, soft, like alternative. Like I developed like a real passion and again, as a kid, I remember saying these same words to my brother, like, man, I love songs like this. I love songs like that. And I was like, I want to write something like this. And my brother was like, bro, you can do both. You can do that too. You know what I'm saying? I swear, bro. And that just always rang off in my mind. I can write whatever I want to write. I can make whatever I want to make.
It's very interesting because you great at all of them. You great at writing, rapping, producing. You have like so many different styles, you know what I'm saying, and different.
I appreciate it.
And different ways that you, approach different beats because, like, of course I hear you rapping on stuff, but you do a lot of producing too. You know what I mean, and I think people respect you as both. You know what I mean, and it's crazy that your brother just knew from the jump. He's like, you could do this, and you just jumping out there and doing it, So
real talk.
How did you how did you end up forming the group DOA?